All right, vinyl cowpokes, are you ready for a showdown? A top 5 countdown.
And we've done a lot of these. Today is the best bassists of the 70s.
The most maligned or left out, I guess, player
In bands.
In bands.
I think you're right.
Nobody thinks about. We thought about the bassist last.
I know, but it's the foundation of the music. It holds everything together. It's the bassist and the drummer in the pocket, really driving that beat home. It's an important position, but like you said, easily forgotten positions. So when we started thinking about this, I had a lot of ideas.
Oh yeah.
And really our number one is the first guy that popped into my head. Who do you think of the music you listen to as bassist wise?
Well, my favorite bassists are in the 80s.
Yeah.
Because bass drove a lot of that music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But in the 70s, I mean, they're a bunch of people.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're going to talk about a bunch of them coming up here. Do you want to just dig into it?
Let's just dig in.
Okay. So we're at number 5, 70s bassists. This guy can't be excluded from a list.
No.
Because John Entwistle from The Who, just such it's so funny because like all 4 guys in The Who, even though I feel like they're an underappreciated band, it seems like all 4 of those guys had a very specific personality, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they're not like I mean, you hear a Who song, you know it's The Who. There's no confusing them with anybody else. And in the 60s and 70s, that would have been hard to do, right?
Absolutely.
So John Entwistle, born in 1944, died in 2002 in Las Vegas with hookers, having done a bunch of cocaine. That's how he went out. And I think their tour was supposed to start the next day. So that's a rock and roll way to go out.
Yes,
right?
it is.
But he's, they call him the Ox. They also called him Thunderfingers, which wasn't that a James Bond movie? No, you can't leave John Entwistle out for sure.
No. And this is a collection. It's actually not it's kind of a greatest hits collection, but it's really from a soundtrack, The Kids Are All Right.
Yep.
Which Mr. Entwistle also did the music producer.
Yeah. Yeah. He was a multi-talented dude.
Yeah.
In the 60s, when these guys were coming up, you got to imagine that the competition between all of these different bands around Great Britain was pretty tight. And, these guys in The Who are a special group of dudes. There's only 2 of them left. Keith Moon passed away first. But yeah, just absolutely essential bass player for our list.
Yeah, and I got to see The Who when Entwistle was still with them, and it was pretty spectacular.
I've seen The Who twice with Mr. Entwistle, and it was great. They put on a great show. That was late 90s, early 2000s, so right before he passed away. So if Mr. Entwistle and The Who are number 1 or number 5, sorry.
Oh.
Having trouble counting. Another great 70s bassist that shall not be, I'm going to do that. We really need to secure that.
Yeah. Velcro.
Geezer Butler. I mean, not only is he the bassist and the bassist and the foundation of the originators of like heavy metal, the guy wrote the lyrics for the band.
Yeah.
And
he wasn't just part of the band, he was the band.
Yeah, and that sound that you get between him and Tony Iommi and Bill Ward, and then the other side of that coin is the just unbelievably loud, high-pitched vocals of Ozzy. It really was an incredible group of dudes that came together.
Sorry, I lost my geezer.
Well, I got him right here. He's
There
born
we go. I've got it now.
born in 49. As I said, primary lyricist for Black Sabbath. Also a part of Heaven and Hell, which is basically Sabbath with Dio singing. GZR, which is one of his solo projects, and Ozzy Osbourne, and more recently a band called Deadland Ritual. And he's 49. I mean, he's getting up there, but both he and Tony Iommi still are putting out music, working on projects, doing things. And like you said, the interplay between he and Tony with the guitar and bass in Black Sabbath, it's something that you don't hear anywhere else.
No, it really makes, it's the foundation of that band.
Yeah. And so, again, we would have no list without Geezer if we're talking about 70s bassists. Mr. Wheeler, who is our number 3?
Number 3.
Bassist.
Number 3.
Slappin' de Bass Man.
Oh boy.
Another big one. So John Paul Jones, multi-instrumentalist, started out like Jimmy Page as a session guy in England, can play anything. And, as Zeppelin went on, John Paul Jones became more of a force creatively, writing-wise, especially in the later albums, when Jimmy Page was maybe having issues with substances and things like that. But I think of like Physical Graffiti with In the Light and Down by the Seaside with the keyboards and stuff. I mean, he's just such a talented dude. And if you've seen that Zeppelin doc that came out, Becoming Led Zeppelin,
yeah.
After I was done watching that, I was like, I just want John Paul Jones to be my uncle. I want to give him a hug. He came off so great in that movie. And again, such an important foundation for one of the most important bands in any decade, let alone just the 70s. So I've always and he was also in Them Crooked Vultures with Dave Grohl.
Yes.
And, Josh Homme. Who else has he played with? Just all kinds of stuff. He's also, produced and composed, and I mean, every aspect of the music industry, you're going to find John Paul Jones there.
I think he is. His first band was the Deltas that he joined at 15.
No kidding. Okay. That's good to know. There's the guys in Zeppelin have almost become mythical figures because of the lore and the legend of the band. But, all but John Bonham are still around and still involved in making music. So you really got to give it to those guys because, they're keeping that Led Zeppelin ball rolling. So John Paul Jones, number 3. So number 2.
Number 2. Get the drum roll going.
Not a great drum roll, but
Chris
Squire from Yes. I mean, listen to Roundabout and any of the early Yes stuff. There is a lot going on bass-wise. And Chris Squire kind of sets himself apart from the other guys that we're talking about because, Yes, it is the consummate prog rock band, right? I mean,
when you think of prog rock, Yes is like one of the first bands you're going to think of.
Yes.
Yes.
And you know, they kind of took rock music and did something different with it. And they were kind of maybe not the originators, but some of the first dudes to put a band together and like just change that angle just a little bit. And there's time signature changes. There's different movements in the music. There's features for each of the players. And this band was just filled with incredible musicians. And I think, you know, he passed away in 2015, so he's been gone 11 years. I think Chris Squire is easily forgotten because there's just so much going on in that band. And as you said correctly, you know, the bass kind of gets forgotten about sometimes.
Overlooked.
Yeah.
Overlooked
is a good way to put it. But yeah, Chris Squire at number 2, the bass man for Yes. So that brings us to another drum roll.
Number 1.
And if you can't guess, I mean, is there a better 70s bass player than Geddy Lee? I mean, I know that the number 2 and number 1 bassists are from prog bands, but you just go back and listen to this stuff. You listen to the live albums, and the things that Geddy was playing are so melodic, so rhythmic, and so technical. And on top of all that, he sang while he played it. So I really think that he is the cream of the crop when it comes to 70s guys. Did you ever get a chance to see Rush? I saw them probably 10, 11 times over the years.
And I know you're a big Rush guy. I'm not a huge Rush guy.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a like I said with Yes, just another couple degree different from Yes and good old regular rock pop music. But the melody is always there and the catchiness is always there. And, you know, Rush, they were kind of a band that in the 70s, it was more prog based. In the 80s, they became a little more electronic, synthesizer based, and then kind of moved back toward those early roots.
Now,
in
this
their later
is
career.
the first album.
This is the first album.
And they weren't super prog on this one.
No, they were on this first album. They were basically trying to be Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
And I'd also heard that when they printed this was originally supposed to be red, and the way it came off the printer is this like pink, purple hue to it.
They didn't do a color check.
Yeah, I think there may be a version, like a really rare version that is a different color than this. I don't think this is a first, this may be a first pressing actually. But yeah, Geddy Lee has always been at the top. And actually, I think when Yes was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Geddy played for Yes because Chris Squire is one of his heroes.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he be?
Yeah. So
yeah, that was 2017.
Okay, it's been a while, but it's just these worlds sometimes collide like that, and it's always interesting to see these guys and who they were influenced by and all the details therein. We want you guys to communicate with us. Tell us who your top 5 70s bass players are. What else do we want people to do, John?
Like, subscribe,
Yep.
and share.
And don't forget to comment. We want you guys to tell us what you want us to rank. And there has been a lot of back and forth and communication, not just on the YouTube page, but really on all the social outlets. And, you know, it's the best thing for this little community that we have is to just talk back and forth. And people aren't just praising us. We get plenty of people telling us. Plenty of people telling us we're wrong. Don't be afraid to do that. Make sure you go through all those records, flip through them, listen to them, get closer to them, and just enjoy what you have there in front of you, and enjoy this new year to listen to all of that music. For Wheels, I'm Jay, and we'll see you all the next time around.